Alright guys, so a little while back I did talking about making a team out of Marvel characters, and like basically I talked about making a Justice League and Avengers teams in two separate videos. Well, I kind of thought I'd come back because I said like, well, I don't think I'll do X-Men because it's a little too easy to make that team, but I didn't ever say anything about X-Force. So we're going to talk about that. Anyway, so with the Rise of X and Resurrection of Magneto coming, I figured, this would be kind of a cool idea. Now, we don't know what's going on with the post-Krakoa era, so just keep in mind, like, my idea for this team is a little oddball, because we don't know at the time of this recording what the Rise of X and Resurrection of Magneto will mean, so let's keep that, let's keep that in mind. Anyway, so this X-Force team is right after Magneto is resurrected, and he's the leader of this X-Force team, mostly because, like, he was like, I wasn't there when Orchis slaughtered our people. Like, Charles, I understand you want to keep the dream alive, but, like, I will never let our people get hurt like that again. There will be no more Genoshas, no more Krakoas, none of it. As long as I'm doing this, but you have to let me do this and not ask questions. And I think after Krakoa, I think it would be like Charles would be like, do what you have to do, Eric. And yeah, so Eric would be the leader of this version of X-Force. It makes a lot of sense when you really think about it, that he makes the most logical sense out of almost any like high-ranking member of the X-Men to be the leader of the X-Force, a Black Ops mutant team that is for mutant rights. He is the most logical. Like, if I was to, like, when I really think of it, I was like, yeah, Magneto makes the most sense to be like a leader of X-Force. Yeah. So these guys, some of them you would expect and some you wouldn't. So let's get through the team. So our following member after Magneto as our leader, Juggernaut. Juggernaut is an absolute powerhouse, and while he's not a mutant, he's always been connected to the X-Men. And I guarantee you, when he was supposed to be a member of the X-Men and then got trounced by Nimrod, I'm pretty sure he'd be like, oh, we're going after people that hurt me? Fuck yeah, Eric, let's go. So, Juggernaut is an absolute powerhouse. I always loved the character. So, if I was part of Marvel, I'd be like, hey, can I use Juggernaut? Can I have Juggernaut in my X-Force team? Yeah, absolutely. Next up, we have Domino. Of course, you can't have an X-Force team without Domino on this team. In fact, I would have a moment where Eric goes to meet Domino, and she's like, are you here to have me join X-Force? And he's like, yeah. How'd you know? And he's like, that's the only reason anyone keeps me around. I am literally on every X-Force team. Domino is just like a core member, is like, when you think X-Force, you think Domino. Excellent fighter, master of hand-to-hand combat, her luck powers, and she's pretty good with guns. That's putting it lightly, but yeah. So Domino, there was no reason I wasn't going to put Domino on this team. She's like a core member of X-Force no matter what. So I would just love to have that moment where Eric would like come up to her and be like, Domino, a moment please. And she's like, you're here to recruit me into X-Force, right? And he goes, yes. Get my guns. Anyway, so next up is Sauron. Sauron is a big pterodactyl man, and he would be the brains of the outfit. He would be the team's scientist. Obviously, there's been some bridges burned with Hank. I was thinking of Dr. Nemesis, but I didn't want to depend on too much of past X-Force members. Though there is one other past X-Force member that I did have on here. But Sauron is an underrated genius, even though he wants to turn people into dinosaurs. He's also, like, just a fun character. And plus, I think it would be like Eric would come to him and be like, look, we are going to do things for mutants, and consider this parole for what you did in the whole X-Men Green scenario. And he's like, cool beans, I'm in. Can I turn people into dinosaurs? No, you may not. Fair enough. Anyway, so there you go. Following that, for our next member of this version of X-Force, we have Magique. Ileana Rasputin. I'm surprised she's never been on X. Actually, no, I don't think she's ever been on X-Force. Ileana would be, like, the team's teleporter and master sorceress. I don't think people realize how powerful Ileana is. as a character. She's like, even Strange has said, that's one of the people I don't want to go to war with. So to have Ileana as a member of this team, she also knows that, yeah, we're gonna crack some heads. We're gonna be absolutely vicious to these to any human, any threat to mutant kind, whether they be mutant or human, human or mutant. Because even I think Magneto would be like, yeah, even Krakoa had snakes we let too many snakes into the garden, and now I see that even our own kind can be a threat to our existence. So, yeah, and I think Ileana would be on board with that, especially after everything she went through. So, Magique, definitely. Following that is Dokken. I'm surprised Dokken was never part of X-Force yet. I wanted a Wolverine character on here that wasn't Wolverine. I was thinking Laura, but I was like, Laura's been on here one too many times. So Dokken made the most sense. He's cold, he's calculating, and he's downright vicious. He is just as brutal as his old man, and is just as calculating as Laura is. So Dokken, yeah, I wanted a Wolverine character on here, and I was like, yeah, Dokken's never been on X-Force. So next up we have fathomax. fathomax was the only other previous X-Force member that I wanted on here, because fathomax is awesome. He's one of my favorite X characters. fathomax, even though he's technically, again, not a mutant, he's just it's kind of weird, but fathomax, excellent fighter. He's a critical thinker, and well, critical thinker in the sense that this guy can easily analyze a situation when he walks into it. So Magneto would come to him and be like, look, and fathomax would be like, I thought you were all pro-mutant, and he's like, I am, but I have Kane Marco on my team, what do you expect? So fathomax would be like, nice. Are we gonna kill people without questioning? No, yes we are. Sweet. So, fathomax. And finally, our shocking member, I wanted to save this one for last. The final member of this version of X-Force is Kitty Pryde. Now, I know what you're thinking. Kitty? Really? You want her to be a member of X-Force? Did you not see what she did after the fall of X to those Orchis members? She has, Kitty has gone through some shit. She is clear, she just saw genocide right in her face and just went, I am killing all of you. So I think Eric would go to her and be like, look, Caitlin, I think, yeah, he would just call her, Caitlin, I need you to be part of this team because you have an enormous amount of skill that even I took for granted. You are one of the most dangerous mutants on the planet. And I think people forget that, yeah, she learned sword fighting from Kurt. She knew how to fight from training with Logan. She's got her intangibility powers are scary as fuck. So, and yeah, she knows how to be a ninja too. So I think a lot of people oh, Kitty's too pure for that. Not after Immortal X, that issue of Immortal X-Men. And she would be like, yeah, after what I saw, I'm in, Eric. And I think he would consider her second in command. And I think Kitty would still be the heart of this team. Plus, she's around enough people that she knows and trusts. I don't know, I think she'd be she would kind of trust Eric, especially with the thing he's trying to do now. But she does have she does know Domino. She does know Ileana. She can trust Ileana. She can trust even Dokken. She knows Dokken. So she knows these people, and she knows what they're capable of, but also knows that I can trust them. Sauron, maybe not so much. Eric may do something that she may not agree with, but on the most part, all of these people are people she knows she can count on in a straight up fight, and they all know they can count on her. So there you go, guys. That is pretty much my X-Force lineup. You guys tell me in the comments below, if you could make an X-Force team out of all the X-Men characters, who would they be? What would be your X-Force team? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.